Hello, everybody. There I am. Where's the game? OBS, what are you doing? Why isn't it picking up? Hang on. Why is it not picking up the game? Okay, I guess we gotta do it like this. Because OBS is not behaving for some reason. Anyways. Hello, everybody. How are we doing tonight? I think I need to move this over somewhere. We are continuing with Ciel's Route. It looks like we're finally getting to the point where it, like, fully branches off from Arcuid's route. So, finally getting into mostly new content, I think. So, let us continue. Day 6. Morning? I dazedly open my eyes. Sunshine pours in from the window, enveloping the room with a warm atmosphere. I stare down at my hands. They are a little sweaty. My body is drenched in sweat as well, as if last night was incredibly hot. What's more, I'm panting heavily. Oh, that's right. Alright, I need to calm down. First, I catch my breath and then close my eyes. This is my room. It is before 7 in the morning. I am the only one here, and of course, Senpai is nowhere to be found. Just as she said, it was all a dream. Yeah, I know. I know it was a dream. Now that I'm calm, I know she wouldn't ever do anything like that. Then that means what happened last night was not real. I let out a deep breath. All the same, I definitely still feel vestiges of her touch lingering on my body. I know it was a dream, but it felt too real. It makes me think it was real. All the same, it has got to be a dream. I can't tell if that's something I should be happy or disappointed about, but it's just all in my imagination anyway. But why did I see that kind of dream? I know Senpai is my important friend, but does having a dream like that mean I see her as a woman too? Shiki. Just thinking of it, the overly real memory of her skin rushes back. To make sure I'm not still dreaming, I hug myself. You should, pinch yourself. Yeah, this is definitely real. Her skin was so fundamentally different from a guy's skin like this. So soft, so warm. Use some lotion. I said this last time. Use some lotion, dude. And she was really mean. Just thinking about it makes my breath go wild. Okay. Shiki is learning things about himself today. I should feel a bit guilty dreaming about doing that to Senpai, but I recall the dream and just sit there thinking about it. But then... Shiki-sama. Ah! I flail around off my bed as if trying to escape. No, in fact I was trying to escape, but it just ended up with me landing on the floor with the sheets. Hisui? How long have you been there? Since before you awoke, Shiki-sama. She speaks with her usual lack of expression. Still lying on the floor tangled in the sheets and unable to stand, I look up at Hisui's face. Before I woke up. Then that means Hisui saw my face when I was having that dream? My face turns deep red. Hisui just stands there, expressionless as usual, and makes no attempt to speak. Did I look strange? I do not wish to describe it. I knew it. I must have looked really weird. But if you insist, Shiki-sama, I can describe it as accurately as I can. That won't be necessary, Hisui. No, you don't have to do that. My face still flushed, I speak in a fading voice. Hisui-san? I give a cough to clear the silence. Adding san to her name is a clear sign of my vulnerability. What is it, Shiki-sama? I'm going to change, so would you mind waiting outside? Or rather, I'm so embarrassed I just want her to leave. But Hisui doesn't obey today of all days. Once I can confirm you are awake, I will leave the room, Shiki-sama. Huh? Is she joking? Why does she think I'm covering myself up in these sheets? It's to hide something that's still standing. I'm fine, so please leave. I can get up and I won't go back to sleep. I'll change and go to the sitting room as soon as you leave. Shiki-sama, are you hurt and unable to stand? Hisui approaches me out of worry. No, that's not it. I'm standing. I mean, I can stand, so don't worry about it. I crawl, pulling my sheets like a slug, and gain some distance from her. Using the bed as a barrier, I get far enough away. Then, please excuse me. I will prepare your breakfast, so please come after you change. She has got to be suspicious, but she bows and leaves the room. I was so surprised. The contents of my dream were surprising enough, but knowing Hisui saw me while I was dreaming is very troubling. Or is it my own fault for having that kind of dream about Senpai? I guess it is my fault. With a good person like Senpai, why did I have a dream like that? I give a sigh of self-loathing. But I can tell that I won't forget that dream anytime soon. After calming down sufficiently, I head to the sitting room. As usual, Akiha is sitting on the sofa, elegantly sipping tea. Good morning, Nii-san. You are certainly up early this morning. She must be happy I woke up because she greets me with a smile. Yeah, good morning. There were, well, a lot of things going on this morning. As soon as I say that, I suddenly recall the memory of Senpai's touch. This isn't good. I can tell my face is blushing beyond my control. Nii-san? A brief clamor. What's wrong? Your face is red. Do you have a fever? Rushing over to me, she looks up at me from below. But in doing so, from this angle, I've had enough of you already, Shiki. Akiha sighs. You do seem to have a fever. Kohaku, come quickly. Nii-san doesn't seem to be well. Akiha calls out to the dining room. Kohaku-san has to be preparing my breakfast in the kitchen. I'm fine. It's just a minor cold, so don't worry. If it is a cold, then I can't let it go by. For you, a trivial illness is a big deal. The strength of your immune system is much lower than most people's. Akiha seems to be fed up and puts her hand on my forehead. The sensation of her cool, delicate hand. This isn't good. This isn't good at all, so I break loose and run out to the lobby. I'm serious when I say I've had enough of this guy. Footsteps echo as I dash off. Shiki-sama, have you finished your breakfast already? No, that's not it, but, where's my bag? I have your bag here. Are you already going to school? Nodding, I snatch my bag from Hisui. I'm going. Don't worry about seeing me off. Nii-san, you've been acting strange. What are you doing with a fever like that? Jeez, I told you it's nothing. Since it's nothing, I'm going to school. I'll have breakfast later, so leave me alone. Leave you alone? Hey, Nii-san! The sound of my fleeing footsteps is my only response. Even if it is Akiha, she wouldn't chase me this far. Since we're not kids anymore, she won't stop me from going to school. I take a deep breath and am finally able to calm down. What am I running away for? Once I calm down, I can think clearly. I didn't do anything wrong, so there was no need for me to run away like that. I don't believe it. I look like a complete idiot. Yeah, you do. But to go back to the mansion to eat breakfast sounds more dumb. To school, then? Letting out a sigh, I go downhill along the residential district. Street. Residential street. And this is probably the last we're going to be seeing of this screen for a while. What did we do last time? I don't remember what we did last time. Hang on. So, going to save, and let's see, did we just go talk to her before? No, we did not. Well, if she's walking around my classroom like that, maybe she does want to see me for something. I wonder. She normally just walks in without hesitating. Or did she finally realize it's strange for a third year to come to a second year's classroom? Okay, so this is Ciel. No, that definitely can't be it. Nodding to myself, I go to the hallway. I think we surprised her before. Senpai. Huh? Tono-kun? Senpai seems rather surprised I called her and stands there with her mouth open. What are you doing? Class is about to start, so why are you still hanging around here? Senpai looks at me in amazement, then looks away. What am I doing? That is not any of your business, Tono-kun. No, well, maybe it isn't. No, I was lying. It is a little. I thought she was looking away, but she starts sniffing me. Senpai? Ah. Having her stare right at me like this makes me remember my dream. Tono-kun? What's wrong? Your face is turning red. It's nothing. I had a bad dream. I don't feel very well. I think I'm honest as I don't say I don't feel bad at all. Tono-kun? She looks at me with a very serious expression. Senpai? I'm perplexed. I feel as if Senpai is reading my mind, and I remember more and more of last night's dream. Tono-kun, you said you had a bad dream. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything, and it's none of your business. Don't worry about it, and I'm asking you what you're doing. It is my business. Tono-kun, you didn't sleep well last night, did you? Well, she is right, but... Senpai, how do you know about that? Because your face is all red. I don't know if you are sick, but you don't look well, Tono-kun. Oh, I see. I was surprised for a moment there. She guessed right about last night, so I thought... About this dream, Tono-kun. Please tell me what kind of dream it was. Senpai asks me again, as she hasn't given up. Fine. It's not a big deal, really. Just, you were in it a little. I would say way more than a little, dude. I answer reluctantly. All of a sudden, I was in it? Senpai gets mad. Senpai? Senpai quickly takes a step away and stares at me. Uh-oh. Senpai looks like she wants to say something more, but she just gives a quick bow and runs away. I tilt my head in confusion. Then the homeroom bell echoes through the hallway. Huh. At lunch break, that guy who didn't even show up for a single class arrives. Yo, Tono! Food! Let's get some food! He's happy about something, being even more energetic than usual. Of course, food. But you seem to be in a great mood. Did something happen, Arihiko? Yup. I just asked Senpai if she wanted to eat lunch together, and she refused. That's odd. Senpai must be referring to Ciel Senpai, but this guy seems to get happy when his offer is refused. Hey, Arihiko, you have that sort of taste? No, I'm not finished. So I asked Senpai why not, and she said if Tono-kun is there, then I don't want to come. Isn't that great, Tono? That's odd. Why have I been friends with this guy since middle school? Oh man, she really hates you, Tono. A rival's loss is my gain, so I'll treat you to lunch today. Arihiko happily slaps my back. Well, I'm happy you're treating me, but Senpai was angry at me? Well, after she asked will Tono-kun be with us and I nodded, her face turned all red. As soon as she heard your name, her face probably burned with anger. Probably? Isn't that a little different, Arihiko? Maybe. Maybe not. Arihiko's story can't be trusted. Certainly, Senpai did seem angry this morning, but I don't know why she would be. No way. She couldn't have realized what kind of dream I had. Yes, she could, Shiki. If she could figure that out from that one conversation, she'd make a great detective. Hey, stop whining and let's go, Tono. There's only seats enough for half the people using the cafeteria. No, no, I think... No, even if she hates me, I'll go see Senpai. I'll pass. I'm going to buy some bread and eat by myself. Really? Then I'll go ahead. Arihiko goes off to the cafeteria. Hang on. Okay. For a second I thought maybe the proper thing, the window I was supposed to be using was actually working now, and it was like doubling up, but no, it's not. Arihiko goes off to the cafeteria. Well then, I also get out of my chair and head over to the tea club room, where Senpai may be. I stand before the tea ceremony room. Of course, I bought some food for myself before I came. Knock, knock. I tap on the door. I hear some scuffling inside and sense a person on the other side. Yes, who is it? I can hear Senpai's voice through the door. It's me. Senpai, would you like to eat lunch with me? There's no answer. Senpai, I said lunch. I'm not eating with you, Tono-kun. That voice doesn't sound happy at all. I'm not sure what to do. I have some curry bread. I pull out my secret weapon. Tono-kun, do you think I can just be bought with food? Well, if it's curry. Senpai shouts from the other side. Maybe this less than 100 yen bread didn't work. Jeez. I think trying to barge in would make her more angry, so I guess I should just go back. And then... Well, I guess I'll have some, though. She opens the door and stands in front of me. Senpai? Come to think of it, I shouldn't be taking this out on you, Tono-kun. Turning away a guest that came here would be a little rude. With a red face, she mumbles something like an excuse. Senpai, does that mean we can eat lunch together? I don't mind if you take it that way. If you like this room that much, then please come in. Senpai goes to the tea ceremony room. Following behind her, I walk inside. Sorry, had to adjust how I was sitting. I start to eat with Senpai. Even though I got the impression that she was in a bad mood from Arihiko and her reaction back then, it certainly doesn't seem that way. Senpai, I heard this from Arihiko, but you're angry at me? How come? No, I'm not really angry at you. It's more of an indirect thing. Maybe it's more your insensitivity? Wait a sec, Senpai. You're normally a hard person to understand, but today you're even more so. If you're angry at my insensitivity, that's fine, but what do you mean by maybe? Senpai, you don't understand how you feel? She sighs. I'm a little unsure. I'm not usually concerned with myself. Senpai almost sounds apologetic. Probably, I don't like myself. Senpai? Senpai sits in silence without looking at me. After a short moment of silence, she suddenly glares at me. More importantly, Tono-kun? Yes? Straightening up, I look back into her eyes. Since I know she's about to begin a very serious conversation. What is it, Senpai? Could I have that curry bread? What's with that all of a sudden? Didn't you just say you won't be bought out by food? That's a different matter. Tono-kun, are you trying to take back what you said earlier? Senpai is really angry. It was just a joke for me, but I guess she took it very seriously. Yes, I understand. Please accept this, Your Highness. I hand over the curry bread. Giving that up, I only have some sausage bread left. Yay! Senpai happily takes it from me. Is she a kid or something? Then I will give you some of this hamburger. Here you go, Senpai says as she gives me half of it from her lunch. I think the difference in the barter exchange rate was a little high. After we finish our meals, we pass the time while sipping tea. A perfectly tranquil passing of time. It seems like she's not conscious of my presence, and I'm not especially conscious of her presence either. Just a calmness. Like two friends of the same gender, we pass the remaining break time like this. Hey, Tono-kun. Yes? What is it, senpai? I've been thinking about this for a while, but your glasses aren't used to correct your vision, right? Wow, you're amazing, senpai. Bullseye. They're just for show. I knew it, senpai nods. Hey, Tono-kun, could I ask a favor? Senpai looks expectantly at my eyes. Not so much my eyes, but my glasses. Just once, could you take off those glasses? That would be troubling. Taking these glasses off means I would see those lines, and more importantly, I don't want to see the death of this person close to me. I can't do that. Unfortunately, I've never taken these off in front of others. Sorry, I'm just once again taken aback by the fact that he needs mystic eye killers. Like, dude, come on. Ryogi outsold. It's kind of like a vow, so I'll reject your request. I answer clearly. Senpai slumps disappointedly. Huh. If you say so, then I guess it's not possible. Yes, because these past 8 years, I never took them off in front of other people, but that's right. That ended. With these eyes, I saw the death of many, many things. Tono-kun? Yeah, what is it, senpai? What do you mean, what is it? Suddenly spacing out like that? Lunch break is almost over, you know. Oh, that's true. I thought we had about 10 more minutes. Yes, we did have 10 minutes, but you were just spaced out for that long. Senpai gathers up the cups. Huh. Was it really 10 minutes? While I'm still tilting my head in curiosity, I help Senpai tidy up the tea room and then leave. The tea ceremony room. Classes end again with plenty of time to spare. Well, let's go back to the tea ceremony room. I hurry to the tea ceremony room. Senpai has her hand on the door as I arrive. Senpai. Ah, Tono-kun. Are you going home now? No, I thought I'd talk with you a little bit. You're going to have some tea now, right? I was thinking of joining you. No, I'm going home now. I have something to do, and this month club funding is getting a little low. Ah, I see. All those tea snacks were bought with club money. But, come to think of it, a club that can buy snacks with its own funds has to be wonderful. So I can't keep you company. Tono-kun, do you have any plans after this? Me? No, not anymore. Well then, care to walk with me to the front gate? Yeah, it would be my pleasure. Senpai grins and nods and walks by my side. We decide to walk together for 5 minutes to the school gate. Without any serious talk between us, we arrive at the school gate. Well then, see you tomorrow, senpai. Raising one hand, I start off down the road in the opposite direction from her. Oh, please wait. I have something I wanted to ask you, Tono-kun.
What is it?
Yesterday, you said there was someone that looked like me. I kind of got curious, so I wanted to hear a bit more about it.
Her eyes burn with curiosity. But to me, that's not something I really want to recall. Sorry, I don't want to talk about it. It was just a mistake I made, so it's okay. I look away from Senpai as I give a vague excuse.
Is that so? Senpai quickly ends her questioning. But you saw that person late at night, right? Tono-kun, I think walking around late at night like that is pretty dangerous. Those serial killings have been continuing, you know? If you meet that serial killer, that would be terrible, wouldn't it?
Senpai, you're worried about me walking out late at night?
Yes. You're a good person, so you're the type that'll get easily tricked and put in danger.
Senpai looks like she is seriously worried. Yes, her concern makes me extremely happy. Thanks, Senpai. But it's alright. The one behind those incidents is gone.
Eh? Gone? What do you mean?
Crap. Nero is a secret between just me and Arcuid.
He's also not the serial killer, you idiot.
I can't talk to Senpai about it, and besides, it's no use telling her about it. Yeah, that's right. It is dangerous to walk around at night, really.
Anyway, from now on, please stop walking around at night. You're a good student.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure about being a good student, but I won't play around at night anymore like you say. Senpai stares at me. Does she not believe me? She doesn't seem convinced. I get it. Then, I promise. I stick out a hand. Senpai, I owe you one for that time, so I'll do as you ask. So it's a promise.
You want to shake hands?
Yeah. We're a bit too old for pinky promises, so we'll shake hands. After standing there a little perplexedly, Senpai takes my outstretched hand.
I understand. It's a promise, Tono-kun.
She shakes my hand up and down.
Well then, goodbye. Let's meet again at school tomorrow.
Wrapped up in the sunset, Senpai disappears. After watching her go, I decide to head home too. I walk up the road and back to the mansion. It's not quite 6 o'clock yet. There's still an hour until dinner, so I'll kill some time in my room. Dinner is over, and it is now nighttime. A rare event. Akiha, Kohaku-san, and Hisui are all in the sitting room, so I join them for some after-meal tea.
Is that so? I like the second one rather than the first one. I think the taste is more refined.
It's a difficult choice. The difference in taste is great, but everyone handles the different concentrations in varied ways. But Kohaku, you like Japanese tea better, right? I think Hisui prefers English tea.
Hisui-chan does not mind blands that much. She may look sensitive, but Hisui-chan is...
Ne-san?
Sensitive like she looks. See, there isn't anything she can't do, like cleaning or sewing, Shiki-san.
Kohaku-san suddenly engages me in conversation. Hisui's glance seems somewhat scary, too. Why are you suddenly telling me that, Kohaku-san?
Because Hisui-chan is your servant. You surely know about her sensitiveness, right? Well, I quickly look over at Hisui. Hisui stands there quietly with something like an air of attack around her. No, I don't think she's that sensitive. She takes care of things quickly, even when I mess something up, and she doesn't get angry like someone else when I come home late. The jab at Akiha. Nei-san, don't you know it is perfectly natural for someone who breaks curfew to be scolded? I know, but isn't 8 o'clock a bit too early? I'm not a little kid, so let's make it like 10 o'clock from now on. I refuse. You don't have any reason to stay out that late anyway. It's not like you have a cram school or a club to attend. I can't really rebut her when she brings that up. Someone free like me coming home late means that I'm out playing around. Shiki-san, it is as Akiha-sama says. It's dangerous out there recently, so please don't go out at night, okay? Dangerous? You mean those serial killings? Yes, Kohaku-san nods. It almost makes me laugh. The one doing that, Nero, is no more. It's not him! But the only ones who know that are me and Arcuid, and other people are still frightened about the shadows of the dead killer. This morning they found another victim in the shopping district. That's the 11th victim, you know. The 11th victim! Wow, 11th? That's amazing. That's a baseball tip. Wait a minute. Kohaku-san! Yes? What you just said, is that true? Yeah, it's true. It was in this morning's news. It seems like it happened last night, but just like all the others, all the blood was drained completely. What? That's weird. Because Nero is dead. How can someone who died 2 days ago kill someone the day after? No way. Did he not die? No, that's definitely not it. He definitely died. So how come... Then maybe, if the vampire roaming the streets disappeared, but these incidents are still happening, then the only vampire left in this city is her. Uh-oh. I don't think Shiki in this route knows that Arcuid hates the idea of drinking blood. Good night, Shiki-sama. Yeah, good night, Hisui. The door shuts softly and I'm left in the room alone. Another victim appeared. Another victim killed by a vampire. It can't be Arcuid, right? She said she doesn't suck blood, and more than that, I don't think anyone who acts that human could do that. I only spent 2 days with her, but I can't believe she would do anything bad. With her prettiness, her great smiling face, she can't suck someone's blood and discard them on the street. But there's been another dead body found. I should just meet her once more and ask her about it. Saying that aloud, I quickly act on it. I take the knife I used to fight Nero and sneak quietly out of the mansion. Going out into the street, I start to search for Arcuid. My lungs feel like they're going to burst. I stop running and catch my breath. My body, which was running non-stop until now, wheezes to try to suck in more oxygen. My panting fills the air. This is no good. I can't find her. I ran down the street and to her place, but I still couldn't find her. That Arcuid, she's always around when you don't need her, but when you try to find her... I speak those words selfishly. It's been 4 hours. It's almost midnight, but I still don't see Arcuid anywhere. For some reason, I thought optimistically that I'd find her easily once I started looking for her. I want to see her, and when we last parted, she said, "See you later." Shit, where did you go, Arcuid? For some reason, I'm getting very annoyed. I keep thinking I'll see her soon, but I don't. This is killing me. I thought we'd see each other again. What is that? It's like I'm in love with her. But that's stupid. Forcing a grim smile, I shake that thought from my mind. I'll check out the park, and if I don't see her there, I'll go back. Taking a deep breath, I walk to the park. 2 nights ago. That park where so much happened. The park where I parted with Arcuid. There's something different about the park. Contrast on my screen is so low I can tell that there is something here, but I can't really tell what it is. Like, I'm just seeing faint blue stuff. The lampposts are off. The lampposts throughout the park are all turned off. The moonlit park seems more solitary than usual. Is it a power outage? I look around me. Outside the park, the lights are all working. The only lamps not working are within the park itself. What was that just now? I can hear something. The clamor sounds like it's coming from a fight. I'm curious. There's no basis for this, but this late at night, if there's any sort of trouble going on, I think it has to involve her. Alright. Trying as hard as I can to be silent, I head towards the source of the sound. I can see 2 figures facing off. Someone is wearing dark black garments and I can't tell who it is. But I can easily tell the other one. White garments and golden hair that can be easily spotted even in just the moonlight. Arcuid! Arcuid is being attacked by this black human shape. That black human shadow is carrying something like a sword, and it isn't something like a simple fight. Sword in hand, it jumps towards Arcuid. Arcuid deflects the blade coming in towards her chest with her hand and lightly contacts the chest of that black shape. In the next instant, that sword-wielding shape flies through the air like a soccer ball. Thump. Roll, roll, roll. Falling down on the brick pathway in the park, it keeps rolling as if easing the fall. No, to be more accurate, it rolls right toward me. It's dark and I can't tell, but in front of me, the shape stops rolling and regains its feet. A sharp, cut-off voice. Fascinated by this display, I let out a breath of admiration. Suddenly, the sword-carrying figure ceases all movement. I'm seeing? The figure finally seems to realize I'm here, and then it leaps towards me with the sword in hand. The cutting blade of the sword rapidly arcs towards my throat. This speed, this flying speed, this accuracy surpasses that of Nero's beasts. The shadow's movement is as fast as Arcuid's when she was tearing apart Nero's beasts. The sword pokes lightly at my neck. Thump. My heart accelerates to a feverish pitch. I don't even have time to think of the danger or to evade. My thoughts are filled only with death. The sword doesn't pierce my throat, but stops suddenly. Tono-kun? Senpai. Our voices overlap. Both of our voices are drowned in disbelief. Ciel-senpai and I stare at each other in amazement. Or amazed shock. Shiki, get away from her! Arcuid's voice calls from far away. Arcuid dashes towards us. Senpai glares at me with eyes that seem to belong to another person. Like that, she turns around and runs off. Why? Senpai is completely gone. That black figure, Senpai wearing those dark clothes. That person who saved me 2 days ago when I was nearly killed by Nero's crows. But, Senpai, she said that wasn't her, so why? Shiki! I suddenly realize Arcuid is in front of me. Arcuid. Are you alright? Did she do anything to you? Just like Senpai before, she looks at me intensely. But that doesn't matter. Did she do anything to me? I touch my neck that had a sword on it until now. There's a light, sharp pain. The finger that touched my neck is faintly painted red. Senpai's sword has cut my throat only a few millimeters deep. What is going on? Why would Senpai attack me? Why would she glare at me like that? Isn't it obvious? You saw us trying to kill each other. She is someone who operates in complete secrecy, so she hates for an ordinary person like you to see what was happening. Arcuid says that unbelievable statement. Kill each other? Why? How come? Why would you and Senpai do something like that? Lost in pure shock, I can only manage those words. In the first place, I didn't come here to ask that. I wanted to ask her, Arcuid, about something, which is why I was out here in the first place. I don't know. I only came to see you, so why are you and Senpai trying to kill each other? Eh? Shiki, you came to see me? Yes. I had something I wanted to talk about, so I was just looking for you. So why did it end up this way? I don't know. My head is just spinning. Please, could you tell me what's going on, Arcuid? Well, I was just simply fighting with that person from the church. It isn't something that concerns you, so just forget about it, Shiki. It does concern me. But first, what do you mean by the church? Explain it so I can understand. Arcuid doesn't answer. She mulls it over until she nods. Sure, why not? Since you're that worried, I'll tell you. It really doesn't concern you, though. Do you really want to hear it? Yeah. No matter what it is, I won't mind. Okay, before she gets into this info dump, I need a drink of water. One moment. Okay. Oh? How enthusiastic. I'm actually a little curious about why you came to see me, though. Come on, please hurry. I want to hear about that person. Arcuid looks a little angry. I don't even think about why she would look like that all of a sudden. My throat still hurts. Senpai, Ciel-senpai pointed a sword at me. All I can think about is why Ciel-senpai would do that. Fine, then I'll tell you. The Dead Apostles are vampires that try the utmost to conceal their existence. In order to live, they must suck the blood of humans, so victims will always appear as long as they exist. But there's not too many stories of people being killed by vampires, right?
Do you know why that is? Arcuid. I didn't ask about vampires. Sheesh, I'm trying to explain it to you in order, Shiki, so please answer, okay? Look, even when the vampires kill people, they try to hide it from the surrounding society that people like you live in. They seek to hide themselves and try as much as possible using magic and other things to camouflage their victims and make it appear natural. Do you know why? Well, it's because humans aren't stupid. If they find out monsters like that exist where they live, they'd attack them. Even though humans are weak, they do have things like police. If there are such things as vampires, an effort would be made to protect people from them. Then people would stop walking around at night like what's going on right now. I think they try to hide themselves because that's inconvenient for them. Well, I guess that's true, but police are only a law enforcing group against humans. We don't consider them at all. But it's correct to say that vampires hide their presence for the sake of self-preservation. Shiki, there is a natural enemy of vampires. A group of something like professional killers that now have the power balance in their favor. It's true for other transcendent species, but especially for vampires, it is fatal for them to reveal themselves. Even if a vampire made a secret kingdom in a village somewhere in the mountains away from all civilization, this natural enemy would definitely notice if victims keep increasing. Vampires exploit the humans in secret, for no reason other than self-preservation. The vampires hide their dead victims' bodies, not out of fear of human society finding out, but in fear of these natural enemies discovering them. Their natural enemy? She means someone that fights against vampires. Like Senpai, who was wielding a sword against Arcuid. So they aren't human either? What are you saying? Their natural enemy is without a doubt you humans. Huh? Natural enemies? Us? Yeah. Starting from a long time ago, humans used many kinds of magic, the occult, magical ceremonies, to create an organization and started to eliminate primates other than humans. The greatest of these is Christianity, the pride of the Vatican, the exorcists. The Catholic Church always viewed non-humans as impurities, but vampires are considered the most dangerous. There are many religious groups in the world, but the Catholic Church looks at vampires with more hostility than the rest. You know, it's almost an obsession. They are so insane, I don't even want to mess with them. Arcuid lets out a sigh. You should know what I'm getting at by now. The one who tried to kill you was a member of an elite organization that hunts heretics. This group, the Burial Agency, is part of the church. They use their own strength rather than law to deal with contradictions to Christianity. These hidden exorcists are more like professional killers. Being the ones which crush contradictions, their existence is a shadow, and so they do not come out in front of people. They are a section that should not exist within the organization called Christianity, so they kill all those that discover their existence indiscriminately. That woman, it seems she is now called Ciel, probably came here to hunt down the vampire in this city. Her sense for the enemy is far better than mine. She says this is in an irritated manner. I don't have any words to say. Senpai is some sort of an exorcist who's hunting vampires? I just can't believe that at all. Because Senpai has such a gentle, good nature. She can't kill. She's not someone that can handle such things, unlike me. That's a lie. That's a lie, Arcuid. Because Senpai's an upperclassman at my school. So why would you say she's some member of the church? Hey now,
Shiki, you know her? Arcuid draws near as if telling me she won't allow that. Of course. She's the third year at my school. I've known her since I was a first year. Since I was a first year? Huh? Something's wrong. Come to think of it, how long have I known her? I don't even know which class she is in. I try and remember, but I don't have any memories of her before that day when I found her mending those splints. Thank you very much, Tono-kun. Because she smiled as she said it. For some reason, I felt like I had always known her. This can't be true. First of all, the strangest thing is that Senpai was called Ciel like it was natural to be called so, but no one calls her with a different name. She was only called Ciel. How come no one doubted such a name? Arcuid, about Senpai, about that person. Who is she? Didn't I tell you? She's a member of the burial agency. She is a newcomer who entered only 8 years ago, but maybe she has great abilities. She's an agent already having a seat in the perfect number, the 7th. I don't quite get what Arcuid is saying. But the number 7 certainly is a perfect number. A number isolated from the others. In its solitude, it has nowhere to go. Isolation. Isolation. Since it is perfect, the Apocrypha named with that number refuses reincarnation. I don't quite get it, but for some reason, those words repeat inside my head. That's right, the members of the burial agency are highly skilled, so I guess it's easy for them to use suggestion against someone who can't even resist. That woman probably was deceiving you all in order to stay in your high school. Suggestion? Like hypnosis? Yes, it can't be a very complex order. She probably used something simple like, don't doubt Ciel. Yeah, that's it. I always felt like something was wrong from the beginning, but as soon as I would see her again, those doubts would disappear. Feeling it is natural for her to be there. Wasn't that one of Senpai's characteristics? I understand, but there's still something else. You said Senpai is a member of that burial agency, so why is she fighting you? They only fight bad vampires, right? So there isn't any need for you two to fight, right? They only fight bad vampires, such as those that suck the blood of humans and cast their bodies away. Arcuid, you... What, did I do something? Arcuid looks directly at me. I can't think it. I don't want to think that this person would ever suck human blood. But the truth is, the incidents are still occurring. Furthermore, Senpai, an exorcist from the church, is trying to kill Arcuid. Arcuid, don't tell me the killing yesterday was your doing. That's why you and Senpai were fighting. I grit my teeth. I speak those heavy, painful words as if confessing love toward a girl I like. Shiki, are you serious? Even I don't want to believe it. But then, who did it? Nero is dead already, so that leaves, only you, right? I'm filled with regret as soon as I say those words. I still like her. She saved my life, and those 2 days were still a lot of fun. So, I don't want to separate with her like this. But if she is the killer vampire, And then... I head is hit with a fist.
Shiki, you idiot.
Arcuid?
I wouldn't normally let it be settled with just this, but since you look so pitiful, I'll let that be enough.
Smiling, Arcuid hops back.
Shiki, you're a great person.
What? Having her say that so suddenly makes my cheeks blush.
And in addition, you're so honest. I like those things about you.
Arcuid smiles happily. Seeing her like that, I can't imagine her sucking on someone's blood. Arcuid, so...
Yes, I'm not the killer. It's the work of some other vampire, and not me.
The knot in my chest disappears. I see. I knew it. Arcuid didn't do those things. I see. It's the work of another vampire. That's a relief. Wait, that's weird. Hold on, Arcuid. You said it's another vampire, but isn't it odd for vampires to come out one after another?
What are you saying? There aren't any new vampires.
What? But Nero isn't alive anymore. Shiki, you are an idiot. There isn't anyone else that does something like that.
Oh, I see. Shiki, you really made a big mistake.
Arcuid gives an amazed sigh.
You see? The serial killings you're talking about were always the work of just one vampire from the very beginning. So no new vampires will appear, as Nero was unrelated to those incidents.
Eh? Nero was unrelated? What do you mean?
It's just like I said. You're normally pretty sharp.
No, he's not.
But you're lost at some points. Think back, Shiki. Nero was a vampire, but did he ever suck human blood?
Suck blood? He ate humans and... Oh. I see. Why didn't I notice such a simple mistake? The victims of the serial killings are found with their bodies drained of blood. But Nero was different. He didn't leave any dead bodies behind. He not only drank the blood, but also ate the meat, leaving no trace. To prove it, the people eaten by him in the hotel were treated as missing people, not killed people. So that means it is something completely different. Wait, then what is the serial killings going on right now? Just who is doing it?
That's a different vampire than Nero. To be more specific, that vampire is why I came here, and Nero came here following me. It's that sort of correlation.
What? So the one you're after wasn't Nero after all?
Yes, I didn't ever say he was my initial target. I was his target, but he was never my target. My target is the one called the serial killer in this city.
What? Oops. I gasp in shock. But it really is just as she says. She said her purpose is to kill vampires, so I just thought it was Nero she was after. So, what is it? Killing Nero that night was pointless?
It wasn't pointless. You fought in my place. Well, if you didn't kill me, you probably wouldn't have had to in the first place.
I feel a little dizzy. In other words, those vampire killings had nothing at all to do with Nero, and it was the work of another vampire.
Yeah, that's right. But that's my problem, so you don't have to worry about it. But more than that, hey.
With an extremely happy smile, Arcuid looks up at me as I still stand there in surprise.
How was last night? Who came?
Huh? What does she mean by last night? I don't understand what she's talking about. After all, I'm the idiot who mistook Arcuid's words and made such a stupid mistake, so of course I don't understand what she's saying, and... Huh? Did Arcuid ask me who came last night? Arcuid, what do you mean by last night?
That's strange. I know I sent you a dream familiar.
Wait, what's that dream familiar thing?
It's like a familiar that lets you see a dream about what you desire the most. You're a male, so I sent you a succubus. Wasn't it a good dream?
A good dream? That was... I remember the realistic dream I had and my face turns red. That was your doing?
Arcuid grins even more.
Crap. If I stayed quiet, this conversation would have been over, but since I reacted so strongly...
So you did get it. So what kind of dream was it? The dream familiar was supposed to take the shape of your greatest desire, so it felt really good, right?
What kind of dream? That's... I'd die before I'd say it. Arcuid, it doesn't concern you, so leave me alone. I look away from her and refuse. But Arcuid keeps saying, come on, over and over.
Come on, tell me! You can at least tell me who you dreamed about.
She asks like a curious kid. Every time I turn away, she keeps jumping in front of me, saying, come on! Please, just let it go. There was something wrong with that dream. Even now, I don't know why I saw that dream. Arcuid says it's my greatest desire, but I don't want to think that's what it was.
Oh, maybe it turned into a nightmare? She does tend to write the story to her liking when fond of the target. She's only a novice, so I guess it couldn't be helped.
Oh. I will be back in a few moments. Okay, sorry about that. I had tried to call my mom earlier to tell her about something and she didn't pick up. Turns out she was at work. She just called me back. So I had to take that real quick. Anyways, Arcuid thinks aloud. Writes the story to her liking? What do you mean?
I'm saying she interprets your desire in her own way. That dream familiar I sent you is just a child, so she likes to play pranks.
What? I see.
That's a relief. That's right, that dream, it couldn't have been what I wanted. I let out a sigh of relief. With this, my innocence has been proved, but...
Arcuid, why did you send me such a thing? That's too much, even for harassment.
I wouldn't harass you. I sent you the dream familiar to thank you for defeating Nero. I really am grateful to you, so I thought it would be great if it made you happy.
Thank me? Well, I'm happy you were grateful, but no matter what, I'll pass on that sort of thanks.
Oh, come on. Are you saying you can't accept a person's goodwill?
Hey, you're not a person, you're a vampire, Arcuid.
That's true, but...
Arcuid slumps her shoulders. How do I say this? Arcuid is very open in expressing her emotions. Being happy, being angry, she changes her expressions so quickly. It's actually kind of charming. I said she was a vampire, but she really does seem like a human, enough to even make me forget that fact.
Ah, the lampposts are turning back on. The previously dark lampposts spring back to life. The park, lit only by the moonlight, gradually becomes brighter. It seems that woman lifted her barrier. It was supposed to prevent anyone from entering the park, but it seems like you could pass right through.
You mean that power outage was Senpai's doing?
Yeah, it's one of their specialties, letting people stay away. It really has nothing to do with us. By the way, Shiki, I want to ask, but what do you think of Ciel?
With a cold voice, Arcuid suddenly asks that. About Senpai? Why do you ask about that, Arcuid?
Oh, nothing. I just hate that woman. We were supposed to meet and exchange information, but I got irritated during the conversation, and we ended up trying to kill each other.
Kill each other? Why did you end up doing that? In the first place, Senpai isn't a vampire. Why did you try to kill Senpai?
That's my line. She was the one who struck first.
The one who struck first was Senpai?
That's right. She said I knew it was pointless, I just can't allow your existence, and then she attacked me. She may look very calm, but all the members of the burial agency enjoy fighting. You can't let her fool you too, Shiki.
What? Enjoy fighting? Does Senpai really...
Shiki, you were fooled by her up to now, right? So why are you saying things to help her out? You know she was tricking you, since you didn't know anything and pretended to be a normal person. Don't you feel a little bit angry at being used?
Arcuid glares at me. That is... Certainly I'm shocked that Senpai is different from normal people, kind of like Arcuid. But I don't feel like I've been tricked. On the contrary, Senpai has helped me so many times. Even though I know about Senpai's identity now, I still think of her as Senpai. Eating lunch with her, talking about stupid things with her and Arihiko, walking with her to the school gate, all of it is so much fun. So, if I could, it would have been better if I didn't find out about her.
Shiki, whose side are you on? Mine or that woman's?
I feel pressure. Her eyes are the source. Now she isn't like a human, but more like an animal hunting its prey. It seems Ciel-senpai is an unforgivable enemy for Arcuid. That's why she glares at me with such fierce, hostile eyes. As if saying, if I am her enemy's friend, I will be Arcuid's enemy as well. Arcuid. I have trouble answering. Well, we're on Ciel's route. The choice is obvious. Senpai is dear to me. Despite all this, don't even want to think that Senpai is my enemy. Senpai is my dear friend. Enemy or ally, I can't label her like that. What is this? Then what am I to you? You're someone I can't leave alone, and, I scratch my cheek. Someone I can't leave alone, and I'm concerned about her in a completely different way than Senpai. Even tonight, I was simply looking for her, but I was getting so frustrated when I couldn't find her. It was something like feeling worried about a loved one. No, there's no way that's true. Certainly she is beautiful, but Look, just give it a rest. Why do you ask me about that anyway? How can I know? Being screamed at irrationally, she screams back at me irrationally. Fine, then I don't know you at all, Shiki. Hey, hold on. Where are you going? It has nothing to do with you. Don't follow me. Is she really that angry? Arcuid walks away without even turning around. Her figure quickly fades into the distance. Just where does she plan on going? What is this, taking it out on me like that? Yeah, she's the one who sent me that dream familiar, so I'm the one who should be angry. Did I do something to make her angry? I don't know. In the first place, there's no way I can understand how vampires think. Arcuid got mad and went somewhere by herself, and I asked her what I wanted, so I know I should go back to the mansion. But my feet don't even move one step back. My logic tells me where I should go, but my heart doesn't listen. It's been said a million times, but the feelings of love and hate, they have nothing to do with logic. Man, jeez! Damn it. Why is it that I just can't leave Arcuid alone? Arcuid! I said wait! Raising my voice, I chase after Arcuid, who keeps on walking. Surrounded by night, Arcuid walks down the street. She looks straight ahead, her white figure with golden hair fluttering. It bears a horrible resemblance to the first time I saw her. No, or perhaps it's like the time she faced off with Nero. For some reason, I have a bad feeling about this. Hey, Arcuid! Arcuid continues to walk without turning around. I want to talk to you. You can at least tell me what you're going to do. Of course, Arcuid just continues walking without turning around. It'd be miserable if I left it like this. I decide to follow her silently for now. The footsteps echo through the night air, and then Arcuid suddenly stops and turns around. Don't follow me. Don't you understand it's troubling for a normal person like you to follow me around? So tell me what you're going to do and I'll go back. It doesn't concern you, so leave me alone. Arcuid strides off once more. Crap. It seems like our wordless wandering is going to continue. When we approach the main street, Arcuid freezes. Found it. Huh? Her voice is cold, like a totally different person's. A chill runs up my spine. Even from behind, I can feel the hostility manifesting itself in her. Arcuid, what are you... I can't even finish. It's clear what she intends to do without saying anything. Without a doubt, there's nothing but the pure, unadulterated intent to kill. Hey, what are you thinking? Arcuid doesn't answer. Her eyes are fixed solely on a man in a business suit walking by. Shiki, take off your glasses and look at that person. That person? You mean that businessman? Hurry! If you want to know what I'm doing, then leave the questions for later. Alright. I don't like to look while in town, but... I take off my glasses. Gah! Instantly, a light headache springs forth. In exchange for the pain, I can see lines running all along the walls and the ground. Another question, Shiki. You only see points on living things, right? Huh? Yeah, that seems to be true. Things like buildings only have lines. I saw them back during the time in the hotel, but at the cost of a headache that almost caused me to pass out. Right, since you are a living being, you can't comprehend the death of inanimate objects. So in order to see the death of inanimate objects, you must first connect to a circuit of the same orientation as them. To see, you have to comprehend them first. Then another question. Shiki, how does that person look to you? It'll just be the same as always. Huh? Without thinking, I step backwards. What is that? Certainly, all humans have lines on them. But they only have countable amounts, and they also look like geometric patterns. But what is that? There are lines running all through him. Those lines are all over him like blood vessels, so much that I can't even make out his appearance. Yeah, I want to puke. Those black lines, scribbles making a human shape. Everywhere throughout it, I can see black points that look like they are flowing blood. Shiki, how does it look? I was hoping it would look normal to you. I can't answer. Right now, it takes all my strength just not to vomit. I see. How unfortunate that you can even see death on that thing. Yeah, it's not normal, but I can still see the lines. I knew it. You can even kill the dead. The fact that they don't have any life has no meaning for you. Something that moves, something that breaks. You can stop it completely without exception. You're more of a monster, Shiki. Eh? As you saw, you can't call that thing human anymore. It's a vampire that deceives death by sucking the blood of other people. Arcuid quickens her steps. She walks straight towards the man. Hey, Arcuid. Stay there, Shiki. Did that young man realize Arcuid was there? He starts running towards a back alley. Arcuid strides silently. Underneath the moonlight, she disappears into that alley. Thump. The sound of my heartbeat is awfully close. It's not even real late at night. Even though I'm in the midst of a bustling shopping district, I can't sense anyone besides myself. Thump. My glasses. I have to put on my glasses. If I don't do that, I'll see terrible things. I'll see something so terrible that everything I've seen so far would be nothing in comparison to it. Thump. But my body won't move. My eyes that can see this patchwork world look towards that alley in fascination. Suddenly,
sounds vanish. And the presence of other people, the sound of the wind, and the smell of the dirt, all of it freezes. Gah. Under the frozen moon, a bizarre noise sounds from the other side of the wall. Go. No way I can see it. I can't hear anything. A sickening sound. But I can see it. My eyes definitely see the sound of death and death crashing. Gah! My vision turns crimson. Why do my eyes see death, something that shouldn't be able to be seen? My glasses. I have to put on my glasses or I'll go insane. I hold back the rising gorge in my throat and use my shaking hand to put on my glasses. Sound and light return. Now that I'm calm, I glance around and see nothing out of the ordinary in the shopping district. The bustling of many people passing by. The brightness of a store's decorated show window and the sound of rushing car engines. I am panting excessively. I can hardly breathe. Even though I put my glasses back on, I can still feel a lingering remnant of that death, and it makes me sick. Arcuid comes out of the alley. There isn't even a trace of her previous hostility, and she seems to be in a good mood. Arcuid? Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you really did stay here. Stay here? I can't go home after seeing something like that. Huh? What's wrong, Shiki? You don't look very lively. Don't worry about it. It's just my anemia. More importantly, Arcuid, what was that all about? I look at Arcuid as I grab her arms. But, Shiki, what are you doing all of a sudden? If you're hurt, I can take you to your house. No thanks. I'm fine, so tell me, what was that person? You've shown me this much, so if you say this has nothing to do with me, I'll punch you, Arcuid. I approach her, ignoring the fact that I can barely breathe. Arcuid's expression instantly turns serious. But I have no intention of backing down. After a brief stare-off, she gives me a sigh. Fine. You're awfully persistent, Shiki. Well, forgive me for being so persistent. Idiot, that was a compliment. Then shall we go somewhere else to talk? Somewhere else? Why? You want me to tell you about it, right? So not here. Let's go back to the park. Shiki, can you walk? Oh, don't make fun of me. This anemia is just an everyday thing. Aww, Arcuid says regretfully as she smiles and starts to walk. She wanted to princess carry you. I walk behind her and resist the urge to pass out. Well, as you wish, Shiki. Let's talk about anything. If you want to ask something, feel free. Then I'll ask, but just what was that guy earlier? You said he was a vampire. Was he what you were after? No, he certainly is part of my target, but putting the dead back into the grave isn't my goal. I only got him because he was a minion of my enemy. If I left him alone, he would kill more people to increase his power. Arcuid? Could you explain it so I can understand? I don't even know if that guy was even a human or not. Oh, I guess I never really did explain to you in detail about vampires. Nero was sort of an aberration amongst the vampire race, so I didn't really need to explain it at that time. Huh? What is a normal vampire, then? What I mean is what you all think of vampires. Immortal, never aging, sucking human blood, turning that human into a vampire, being destroyed by sunlight, all of that. My enemy is that old type of vampire. So you mean this enemy of yours is the one behind all the recent serial killings? I suppose. But the killing of all those people by sucking their blood might be the work of the dead, like the one you saw earlier. Shiki, you remember how Nero's body was made of all those familiars, right? Yeah, that's not exactly something I can easily forget. The dead are like that. When humans have their blood sucked by a vampire, they can also receive some of the vampire's blood. They die, but remain in this world as a servant of the vampire. They are called the dead, and they are like the vampire's familiars. Maybe it's easier to understand if I use the word zombie. It's closer to the voodoo belief in Haiti, where the white serpent god Damballa is invoked to control a dead body. But let's just say a dead body that moves is a zombie, okay? Yeah, I can visualize it better that way. I get it. So that man was killed by a vampire who uses him as a zombie? Yes, Arcuid nods happily. I'm still confused, though. Why would a vampire do that? Killing people, not letting them die, but controlling them. What bad taste. You're right, those vampires do have bad taste, but that's something only the dead apostles do. Those that were always vampires from the very beginning do not do such things. Huh? Always vampires from the very beginning? I know we've gone through this info dump before, but we're doing it again. I remember. You said there's two types of vampires, those who were vampires originally and those who were humans. When I heard that before, it kind of stuck in my head. I thought it was a little odd. So what exactly do you mean by those who weren't originally vampires? Simple, I'm just saying that dead apostles used to be humans. They either gained immortality through magic or became servants of the true ancestors that sucked their blood. Shiki, you said it was bad taste to use killed humans, but that's just the least of it. There are other vampires who think up worse games. A game? What is that? You guys kill for fun and use their dead bodies as toys? I won't deny that. For vampires, amusement is the same as breathing. For those who were once human but gain imperfect immortality, their greatest enemy is boredom. They didn't have a reason to become immortal to start with, so once they gained immortality, they lost all kinds of greed. Their goal was immortality itself, so I guess that's just the way things are. They're bored, so they want to play? Don't be ridiculous. Isn't it enough that they won't age or die? Do they really need anything else? That's what I said. They got everything they wanted. After that, there is no meaning to existence. As soon as someone realizes they have no value, that their life is stopped, then their meaning of existence disappears too. Immortality is also another word for death. So they started to wear down, and they started to create their own amusement, as if to tell themselves they could have fun as long as they lived. That's their beginning. They copy humans and see themselves in a game as lords of a castle expanding their territory. I guess you could call it a country of the dead. It seems they got more enjoyment out of that than they expected. She speaks as if she was talking of other people. Arcuid should be one of those, but she certainly doesn't seem like she has that sort of hobby. Well, we'll change the topic, but the dead apostles were originally human. There are a few cases where they became vampires through their own magical research, but the majority of them were humans who had their blood sucked. They are immortal, but they can't last forever. They can only be immortal if they drink the blood of others. Didn't I say their immortality was imperfect? If they can't feed on humans, then their immortality is gone. But if they openly fed on humans, then the existence of vampires would be revealed. Even if they don't, just by being there, they distort the world around them. That would attract the attention of agents like the church, like Ciel. So you mean that vampires can't do what they want? Yes, if they break their agreement with the church and move about freely, they would be immediately discovered and annihilated. So the majority of the dead apostles make subordinates that can bring them blood as they sleep. Sucking blood and giving the dead body some blood of their own, they create their minions who do their work for them. We simply call those the dead. So what you killed before was kind of like a soldier for the dead apostles? Not so much a soldier as a puppet. The dead apostles control the dead bodies by skipping the process of becoming a vampire. The dead are completely connected to their parent vampire. In order for them to survive, they attack others to eat their flesh, but more than half of that energy goes to their master. Like a queen bee nourished by the worker bees, the dead apostles can use the dead to increase their power while they sleep. My enemy can't be found easily because he's using a lot of the dead. He only dirties his hands once. After that, he simply controls the dead while he sleeps and expands his territory. They say many bodies are found in the recent supposed serial killings, but those are actually just failures. To tell the truth, there are over 100 victims in this city. But only a small amount, the ones discovered, are the victims in the news. What? Over 100? There are that many that had their blood sucked? And all those people suck the blood of others to make them into monsters like themselves, like that wandering, lifeless thing earlier. That's ridiculous. 3 days ago, I remember how all those people in the hotel were killed for no reason. I was there, but I didn't see it, so I can only visualize and can't really tell what kind of violence it was. It's still the same. I can't fathom the existence of vampires that suck human blood just to increase their own territory. Just without reason, without even recognition. If someone close to me died like that, how would I act? I don't want to imagine it, but for a brief instant, I imagine Akiha being drained of blood and discarded like trash. What makes me mad is that this worst-case scenario could happen at any minute in this town, and I didn't even have a clue about it before. I knew you would be angry, Shiki. I didn't want to talk about it because, for the prey, for you guys, this is an inexcusable evil. This is not something you want to hear, is it? That's right. After hearing this, I don't know what to do now. That's right. There's no way I can live in peace like I did until now, knowing that someone I know may become a victim tomorrow. Since I found out about it, I have to fight this vampire just like I did Nero. Such a fight. Do I have to fight again like that when it almost makes me go insane? Oh, Shiki, you're making that face again. You can relax. Even though the avowed enemies of the vampires do not have a presence in this country, I'm still here. Didn't I say earlier my purpose was to execute vampires? I don't know where that heavy atmosphere went, because Arcuid instantly becomes cheerful. Yeah, I remember. But you're a vampire too, right? Why do you side with us humans? I'm not really siding with you humans, but I'm doing it because I don't have anything else to do. Huh? She doesn't have anything else to do? I still don't understand her. Well, doing that does bring the dead apostles after me, but you beat Nero who was pursuing me, didn't you, Shiki? So now I can go back to the original plan and defeat my enemy. You can go back to living your normal life now, and you don't have to associate with me anymore. She smiles as if she is happy about something. Shiki, why are you making that troubled face again? Because I'm troubled. This is something that involves the city I live in. I said you shouldn't worry. In 2 or 3 days it'll all be over, so there won't be any more victims.
Yeah, honestly, I don't want to be involved. But saying that line, shouldn't I, the one actually living in this city, say that line instead of Arcuid? Arcuid. Can I ask a question? This enemy you speak of, is he strong?
Well, he should be many times superior to the dead earlier. I haven't met him this time, but he has been latent for 8 years, so maybe he's class 5 by now?
Class 5? I don't get it, but does that mean he's stronger than Nero?
Not a chance. Nero was special. He was a pure, supreme vampire that would be difficult to defeat even with my full power. Compared to him, this enemy is pretty weak.
Oh. Then there's no way you'll be defeated.
I breathe out in relief. Who knows? A few days earlier and he wouldn't be a problem, but now I'm just recovering. The possibility that he has more power is actually high.
Recovering? Are you sick or something, Arcuid? Cheeky, for the love of fucking God.
Yeah, I still have the effects from when you killed me, and I don't think I'll be fine for at least a few more days.
Ah, that's right. The reason why Arcuid is weak. It isn't anyone's fault but mine.
But it's okay. I'll defeat him for sure, even if it kills me, so you don't need to worry about this city.
Idiot, the one I'm worried about is you.
Huh? Why are you worried about me, Shiki?
Her eyes display true confusion. Well, of course I'm worried. I was relieved to hear that this enemy was weaker than Nero, because I thought there would be no chance of Arcuid being defeated. Arcuid. I don't even want to imagine Arcuid getting hurt. It really is weird. Why can I not leave her alone? Certainly I have the responsibility to bear for killing her. I also feel guilty that she is weak right now because of that. But even if that wasn't the case, I still couldn't leave her alone. I thought about it before, too, but as expected, this might have nothing to do with logic. More than the fear that I may even die, the emotion that I want to help Arcuid is much stronger. About what we talked about before, Arcuid.
About what?
You know, about whether I was Senpai's or your ally.
Wait, please hear me out. You certainly don't have any common sense. You're selfish and you're hard to handle.
Arcuid looks at me. Oh, that was Shiki talking. Or no, wait, was it? Arcuid looks at me with a sour expression. Ignoring it, I let my true feelings out. Okay, so that was him talking. Whoops. Wait, please hear me out. You certainly don't have any common sense. You're selfish and you're hard to handle, blah, blah, blah. But, well, it really isn't boring when I'm with you. I like you. So, can I see it out until you defeat this enemy? What I mean to say is that I won't be Senpai's ally, but yours. I steal a glance at Arcuid's face.
Really?
Looking very surprised, she hesitantly returns my gaze. Well, yeah. Even I think there's something wrong with me, but I'm already a part of this. And I can't just overlook the problems going on in the city I live in.
So you mean...
Yeah. If you're still weak, and if you say you need my power, I'll work with you. I might just be a burden, but...
Yeah, if you help me, there's nothing we can't do.
Her face beams brilliantly, and she seems extremely happy.
But is it okay? Shiki, you may have to face death again.
I'm ready. And I think that's why I have these eyes to begin with. When I was a child, someone told me this. That if I have the power others do not, I should do things that others cannot. I think this is that kind of thing.
Oh? I don't really really know your circumstances. But that sounds good. Arcuid is in an incredibly good mood. And being with her puts me in a good mood as well. But what do we do now? Do you want to search for more of the dead like before? Yeah, I think that's all we can do for now. The one before was the 12th, so I don't think there's many more. The parent vampire will have to come out once they're all destroyed, so we have to hunt the remaining ones for now. Is that still okay? She asks. Anything is fine. I'm just with you. If you lead, then I'll follow. Well, shall we start again? No, that's good for tonight. They usually follow a fixed route, and the other dead will probably not be out tonight. Since they're fewer in number, I don't think he'll let them all come out at once. Oh, really? But doesn't that mean this enemy will try to hide the dead from you, Arcuid? Basically. But since this enemy is a vampire, he needs to steal the blood and energy of others. So even though he knows I'm searching for them, he has to send the dead out to get the minimal blood he needs. Then the minimal dead he sent out was that man from before, huh? So searching further tonight will be useless, I think. Well, I don't mind. It is tedious, though. Yeah, hunting vampires is tedious work. We have to find the coffin of this enemy somewhere in the city, so it won't be easy. Arcuid lets go of my hand and jumps back softly. Arcuid? Let's say goodbye for tonight. We'll meet again tomorrow. With her dance-like steps, she watches me as she gets farther away. Tomorrow? Wait, where should we meet? Here's fine. The time, yeah, around 10 o'clock should be fine. With a smile, she makes that promise. Good night, Shiki. I'll see you here tomorrow. And, waving her hand, Arcuid disappears. I get back to the mansion. It's about 1:30 in the morning. The mansion is completely dark. This can't be good. I put my hand on the mansion gate. Ka-chang! A sturdy chain holds it closed. Dang, I shouldn't cut this. I think a bit. Then I decide to climb over the gate. I'm exhausted. After sneaking over the wall like a thief, I quietly make my way to the doorway. The gate was locked, but the door isn't. It must have been Hisui. I give a sigh of thanks. So as not to wake Akiha, Kohaku-san, or Hisui, I sneak my way through the mansion. Letting out a breath, I lay down on my bed. My promise to Arcuid. Maybe it's fate, but you've gotten yourself tangled up in trouble again, Tono Shiki. Could I help it? I just can't leave her alone. Or maybe I didn't want to leave her alone. Well, I do like Arcuid. But is that love? I don't even know my feelings. At any rate, it looks like I'll be helping Arcuid once again starting tomorrow. So for now, I shouldn't think of anything else but getting a good night's sleep. I can't sleep. If I close my eyes, so many things come to mind. About Arcuid, about this vampire lurking in the streets, about the black-clothed sender. I can't sleep. At times like this, reading is good. I know there was a book I was reading before. The first feeling was rather one of pity. Not anger, not despair. Just, I thought everything before my eyes was pitiful. Of course, the most pitiful thing is myself. Life which breaks down without limit. Daily life which fades without limit. Time which is forgotten without limit. Everyone only falls.
And yet everyone still struggles desperately to continue existing, and when they judge that it is not possible, they continue to reproduce. Continuing to reproduce. In the end, even that dies, but there is no recompensation. Of course, it is not those who die who are not recompensated. We had no hope to begin with. What is not recompensated are the attempts. The noble wish, the yearning for eternity, which everyone longs for, yet cannot achieve. I have no interest whatsoever in the things that break down. If I could see death and understand it, maybe I'll take a bit of an interest. A repetition nearly impossible to measure, yet this wish repeats itself. I thought to replace this almost comical cycle of wishes with one pure thing. There is no need to state the method. A wish becomes a result after it is granted. I lived solely for that reason. It could not be termed conviction. Just the first word I learned happened to be eternity. Oh? So you intend to get the eternity closest to you? Of course not. They are only a species that age slower and die harder. I am becoming one of them only because this body has reached its limit. If I am to go farther on, it will take time in this body. It's ironic that you, the one who goes after eternity, hurries with things. So you plan on leaving here tomorrow? I'll leave the burial agency to you. In the first place, there is only one empty seat for the priesthood. I used up all my father's inheritance getting this far, so it is about time I quit. Well, that's fine. So you are going to complete your magic theory. I have no intention of leaving here, and I can't live with you. Well, fortunately, I am a woman. I'll quickly bear a child and tell it all about you. Oh? What will you tell it? Narbarek? Let's see. I'll tell it something like, after around 100 years, another newcomer dead apostle will appear. It is pointless to take notice of him, so ignore him. No, you wouldn't need to wait 100 years. Just like here, I will quickly rise to the top. This body will become the most superior vampire, so 10 years will be enough. How foolish. Even if it is you, you would need at least 100 years if you start over from the dead. Their world's intensity is nowhere as nice as ours. Using direct methods, then you would be right. But if I become the strongest vampire from the very beginning, their world's rules will not apply to me. What do you mean by that? It is simple. As a priest of the church, you certainly know that dead apostles' powers are affected by the true ancestor that sucked their blood. Therefore, the solution is very simple. If I wish to become the strongest dead apostle, this blood of mine, it must be sucked by the strongest of the true ancestors. Interesting. Well, that was day 6. And I do believe that's where we're gonna go ahead and wrap up for the night. So, we are finally on the Ciel Route proper. I think we've only got a couple of days left of it, though. Tomorrow we will be streaming some Grand Blue Fantasy. We're getting back to the main story. So, thank you to everybody who stopped by tonight, and I hope to see you all next time.